All right, and recording has started. Okay, so good evening, guys. Welcome to our second group meeting for our Ela subject. Now, let's get straight to the point. So, tonight, our main goals are just going to be discussing the news articles we've collected regarding our two selected SDGs. Now we're going to be going over the sources that we've compiled as a group together. We're going to pick a definitive story for each team. So that's one story for each one. We're going to lock down our timeline for how we're going to prepare the script, who's going to be reading out the newscast itself, who's going to be doing the video editing and whatnot. So yeah, let's start with our first theme, SDG 13 climate action. So Joshua, Alice, Barry, what do you guys manage to find?
Okay, I looked through the global scale of SDG 13, and recently I discovered a massive press release from the UNEP, which is the United Nations Environment Program, that they just published this month, where it says that there's an urgent address on the global climate crisis, and specifically highlighting how close we are overshooting the critical threshold, which is the 1.5 global warming temperature.
And then also to bring that back to the local context, I look at how Malaysia is responding legally. So, according to the policy documentation on climate change laws of the world, available at Climate Change Laws of the World, Malaysia has fully locked its green growth and climate resilience goals into the 13th Malaysian Plan, which is also known as the 13 MP, running from 2026 to 2030.
Okay, so adding to Ali's point, I found a detailed analysis from PwC Malaysia tracking macroeconomic and policy shift under the 13 Malaysia Plan. I saw this at the Malaysia 13 Malay Policy Outlook. Yeah, it highlights the government's structural shifts towards a green economy, targeting a 35% renewable energy mix and dedicating a huge chunk of development expenditure to structural fraud mitigation infrastructure, which is perfect for us since we want to link it to the flash fraud we have been experiencing in KL.
Okay, awesome work, guys. Those are some very strong points and some very credible sources. Good on you guys for that. So let's shift over to our second choice, SDG number three, if I'm not mistaken, good health and well-being. So I believe Hera and Harshini, you guys compiled the articles on that. So go ahead, share what you have.
Yeah, so for SDG3, Harshini and I focused on our national public health reforms. We found a major joint press release issued by the Ministry of Health Malaysia and the World Health Organization from their recent World Health Day campaign.
Yes, the campaign is officially Team Together for Health, spelling with science. The core of the news report, which you can read here at MOH and WHO, joint press release, focuses on MOH's massive strategic pivot towards upgrading digital health infrastructure across public clinics and rolling out AI assisted clinical screening to improve patient care equity nationwide.
Okay, brilliant, guys. Computer science students talking about AI in healthcare. Now, I mean, that fits us quite perfectly. Lah. So, all right. So I guess let me bring us forward to our first agenda that actually, no, that completes our first agenda. Let's bring it forward to our second agenda, which is choosing one primary report from each team that we've compiled so we can start to build our script on that. So, any suggestions, any ideas?
I propose for Team 1, we will go for a Malaysian Climate Action Initiative under the 13 Malaysia Plan, which directly use the UNEP global warming context as a hook, but anchors the main report on our legislative change and also our flood migration.
Yeah, I agree with Joshua. It feels complete and highly relevant.
Okay, perfect, guys. Looks like we've locked down our first theme. So, what about our second theme? What article would we like to lock down on that?
I highly recommend we select the MOH and WHO Digital and AI Healthcare Transformation Plan. It gives us a great technical angle to report on how technology is solving real world wellness and healthcare accessibility issues in Malaysia.
I second to that choice. It's incredibly fresh and gives our broadcast a very modern edge.
Okay, excellent. All right, so it looks like we've finalized our choices. And now for the final agenda on today's meeting, which is setting our deadlines. Now, since we have a full broadcast script to prepare and it's quite a bit of work, we have our finals coming up and whatnot. How do you guys suggest we split the workload to manage this?
I agree on you, as previously I already shared a Google Docs for us to compile the articles, so I think we'll use that for our scripting as well. And for the subunit, I think that Alice, Bravery, and I will be doing the part of the climate segment. Well, Harshini and Heron, maybe they will handle on the healthcare segment as we have done our research on both parts, so I think it's more suitable. And Aham, could you write the anchor intros and also the transition so that we can, I think it's quite smooth for us. And maybe our draft will be, I think maybe 2 days will be done for us. Maybe enough.
Yeah, I think that really works for us. And maybe we'll have our draft done by Thursday evening.
Well, okay. Sounds like a very solid plan, guys. So once our script is polished, then we can get to recording the final news report. So I think I remember last time, Joshua, he suggested that we use CapCut for our own news graphics and transitions. So any idea when we could have our deadline for the final broadcast to be recorded?
I think let's aim to record the final broadcast this coming Friday at 8 p.m. over Teams. That gives us a night to practice our script delivery and leave us with enough buffer time to edit the footage and stitch it together in CapCut over the weekend.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So fantastic, guys. Looks like everyone is aligned. Everyone is up to speed on this. We have our news, our sources, and our selected main topics alongside a concrete timeline. So I'll stop the recording here and then we can all get to work on the Google Docs and the recording plan. So, okay. Thanks everyone for your time. Hope everyone has a great evening ahead.